Does it feel different to be up there with a rope?
Yeah, I mean, when you're up there with the rope, obviously it's like much lower level of consequence and much higher focus.
Let's talk through some of your climbing adventures. First off, the Dawn Balls.
Yeah, the Dawn Balls. When I did that, there were a lot of people that were like, oh, groundbreaking, kind of sick. But for me, that climb always felt super secure.
But that wasn't where you stopped. Your next challenge was auto-belaying the Exile.
Yeah, the Exile was challenging because it was the same height as anything I'd ever auto-belayed. So that obviously made it a little more challenging, and honestly it was kind of scary. And when you have that fear, sometimes that can translate into panic. And then when you panic, you need to like take a moment to reel it all back in.
Auto-belay climbing is so dangerous that more than 98% of people who climb attempt it. Beck has done more than 10 auto-belay climbs in his life, but none were tougher than this one.
So, what's next in auto-belay climbing?
I mean, I've thought about the Phoenix for years, but every time I like walk into the Discovery Valley, I look up and think that's too scary. I mean, I've never really wanted to actually. Well, I mean, I've always wanted to, but I always think like that's too scary, and I always talk myself out of it.
How many times would you say you've climbed the wall?
Probably 40 or 50 times.
Have you successfully auto-belayed it yet?
No, no one has.
What do you think that is?
I mean, look at it. It's freaking scary. I mean, like I've thought about climbing it for like, or auto-belaying it since like 2016. And every year I come in like, this is the year. And every year I climb it, I'm like, this isn't the year, you know? Like this is screwed up. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not even for me. Maybe it's future generations. Or maybe just someone who has nothing to live for.
Having a camera crew with you while you're auto-belaying is always going to change something. So I need to have this climb so dialed that it doesn't matter. I could be in front of a stadium of people and just be like, check this out, and send it. Look, I don't want to fall off and be caught by my rope either. But there's a certain amount of satisfaction that doesn't come when you do something easy. And that feeling is heightened when you're 100% safe. You can make all the mistakes you want. If you're seeking perfection, auto-belaying is as far away as it gets. If you look at climbing the Phoenix Wall objectively, there are about 3 moves that scare me the most. The first of which being, at the beginning, there's some insecure climbing, which has been a difficult thing to overcome. The free corner is kind of sketchy, and I've fallen off it a number of times. But the place that worries me the most is the crux, the hardest part. It's called the hanging problem, and it has a 5-foot section that's incredibly difficult.
With any subject, there are incremental increases, but every once in a while, there's a gigantic leap. If he pulls this off, it will be a quantum leap. It's hard to imagine someone up there with a rope, whereas all the other walls around here, I can kind of get it.